1990. What a time to be alive. The 90s were just kicking off and the car world was going wild. This was the era of pop-up headlights, turbocharged madness, and manufacturers pushing boundaries in ways we don't see anymore. Some cars became legends, others were outrageously experimental, and a few were just downright weird. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, the 10 most unique cars from 1990. These are the machines that stood out from the pack, whether it was for their futuristic design, rare production numbers, or just sheer weirdness. Some of these you'll recognize, others might leave you scratching your head thinking, wait, that existed. From JDM rarities to forgotten supercars, we've got a lineup that'll surprise you. And trust me, you don't want to miss the number one car on this list. It's so unique, it feels like it came from another planet. So if you love classic cars and 90s nostalgia, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic automotive content. Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 1990. Kicking off our list is the Corvette that changed everything, the ZR1. In 1990, Chevrolet took their iconic American sports car and gave it a supercar-worthy upgrade. Performance and specs under the hood, the ZR1 packed a 5.7-liter DOHC-LT 5V8 developed with Lotus. This beast cranked out 375 horsepower, making it the most powerful Corvette of its time. It could blast from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds, which was Ferrari-level fast back then. What made it special? The ZR1 wasn't just about raw power. It had an advanced adjustable active suspension, allowing it to handle like a European exotic. It was also one of the fastest cars of 1990, with a top speed of 175 miles per hour. Legacy nicknamed the King of the Hill, the ZR1 proved that American muscle could rival European supercars. It remains one of the most legendary Corvettes ever made and is highly sought after by collectors today. Up next, at number 9, we have a turbocharged monster from Japan that became a true legend. Nissan 300ZX, twin-turbo, 1990. At number 9, we have a JDM icon that redefined affordable performance, the Nissan 300ZX twin-turbo. This car was a game-changer, proving that a Japanese sports car could go head-to-head with European rivals. Performance and specs under the hood, the 300ZX packed a 3.0-liter twin turbocharged V6, producing 300 horsepower and 283 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its rear-wheel drive and lightweight chassis, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.0 seconds, blazing fast for 1990. What made it special? The 300ZX wasn't just fast, it was advanced. It featured four-wheel steering, super high-cus, a sleek aerodynamic design, and a driver-focused cockpit that made it feel like a spaceship. With its pop-up headlights and aggressive stance, it became one of the most beloved designs of the era. Legacy. The 300ZX was a poster car of the 90s, featured in video games, movies, and magazines. Today, it's a highly sought-after JDM classic, with values skyrocketing as enthusiasts hunt for clean examples. Coming up at number 8, we have an Italian exotic with a V12 that sounds like pure music. 8. Lamborghini Diablo, 1990. At number 8, we have an Italian masterpiece that defined 90s supercars, the Lamborghini Diablo. This was the first Lamborghini to break the 200-mile-per-hour barrier, making it the fastest production car in the world at launch. Performance and specs under the hood, the Diablo packed a 5.7-liter, naturally aspirated V12, producing 485 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque. This mid-engine beast could rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds, with a top speed of 202 miles per hour, a mind-blowing number for 1990. What made it special? The Diablo wasn't just about speed, it was a work of art. Designed by Marcello Gandini, it featured the classic wedge shape, massive air intakes, and those iconic scissor doors. It was also the first Lamborghini to include traction control, improving its handling. Legacy. The Diablo solidified Lamborghini's supercar dominance, setting the stage for future legends like the Murcielago and Aventador. Today, it's a highly collectible icon, representing the peak of raw analog supercar performance. Up next at number 7, we have a German track weapon built for precision and speed. 7. Porsche 911 964 Turbo 1990. At number 7, we have a German precision machine, the Porsche 911 964 Turbo. The 964th generation modernized the legendary 911 formula, bringing more power, better aerodynamics, and improved handling. Performance and specs. The 1999 11 Turbo was powered by a 3.3-liter turbocharged flat 6 producing 320 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. It could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds and had a top speed of 169 miles per hour, seriously fast for its time. What made it special? The 964 Turbo retained the classic 911 silhouette, but with a more aerodynamic body, a massive rear whale-tail spoiler, and improved suspension. It was also one of the last 911 turbos with rear-wheel drive, making it an absolute handful on the limit. Legacy, the 964. Turbo was a transition point for Porsche, blending classic air-cooled character with modern performance. Today, it's one of the most collectible 911S with values skyrocketing. Up next at number 6, we have a Japanese supercar that made Ferrari nervous. 6. Acura NSX 1990. At 6, we have a Japanese supercar that made Ferrari nervous, the Acura NSX. When Honda unveiled the NSX under its Acura brand in 1990, it shocked the world with supercar performance, daily drivability, and bulletproof reliability, a combination Ferrari had never mastered. Performance and specs. The NSX featured a 3.0-liter VTEC V6, producing 270 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its lightweight aluminum chassis, mid-engine layout, and F1-inspired suspension, it could outhandle much more expensive European rivals. The 0 to 60 mile per hour time, just 5.7 seconds. What made it special? The NSX was co-developed with Ayrton Senna, who fine-tuned its handling to perfection. It was the first mass-produced car with an all-aluminum body, making it light and nimble. Unlike traditional supercars, it was also comfortable and reliable, meaning you could drive it daily without worrying about breakdowns. Legacy. The NSX changed the entire supercar industry, forcing Ferrari to improve its engineering. Today, it's a JDM legend, and clean examples sell for 6 figures. Coming up at 5, we have an American muscle car with a turbocharged secret. 5. Ford Mustang SVT Cobra 1990. At 5, we have an American muscle car with a high-performance twist, the 1990 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra. This was no ordinary Mustang. It was the first performance model developed by Ford's Special Vehicle Team, SVT, setting the stage for future high-performance Mustangs. Performance and specs under the hood. The SVT Cobra packed a 5.0-liter V8, producing 235 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. While that may seem modest today, it was one of the quickest Mustangs of its time, hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds. More importantly, it had upgraded suspension, better handling, and improved braking, making it a proper driver's car. What made it special? The SVT Cobra was more than just straight-line speed. It had refined aerodynamics, improved chassis tuning, and a limited slip differential. It was built for performance on and off the track, a departure from the traditional muscle car formula. Legacy. The 1990 SVT Cobra kick-started Ford's modern muscle revolution. It paved the way for high-performance Mustangs like the Cobra R, Shelby GT 500, and Mach 1, making it a true American legend. Up next at 4, we have a twin-turbo JDM beast that dominated the 90s. At 4, we have a JDM legend that kick-started Toyota's dominance in the sports car world, the 1990 Toyota Supra Turbo. While the MK4 Supra A80 stole the spotlight in the late 90s, the third-generation MK3 Supra Turbo A70 laid the foundation for its success. Performance and specs. The 1990 Supra Turbo was powered by a 3.0-liter 7 MGTE turbocharged inline-6, producing 232 horsepower and 254 pound-feet of torque. With rear-wheel drive and a 5-speed manual, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds, making it one of the fastest Japanese sports cars of its time. What made it special? The MK3 Supra Turbo featured advanced tech for its time, including electronically adjustable suspension, a limited slip differential, and a turbo boost gauge. It was also a comfortable Grand Tourer, offering both performance and luxury. Legacy. The 1990 Supra Turbo helped Toyota refine its formula for the legendary Mark IV Supra, which became a pop culture icon. Today, clean MK3 Supras are highly collectible, making this car an essential part of JDM history. Up next at 3, we have a European sports car that delivered turbocharged thrills. 3. Lotus Esprit Turbo SE, 1990, 180 words. At 3, we have a lightweight British rocket, the 1990 Lotus Esprit Turbo SE. While Ferrari and Porsche were flexing their V8s and flat sixes, Lotus proved that lightness and efficiency could achieve supercar-level performance. Performance and specs. The Esprit Turbo SE was powered by a 2.2-liter turbocharged inline-4, producing 264 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its lightweight fiberglass body and mid-engine layout, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, outrunning some V8-powered rivals. What made it special? Lotus engineered the Esprit with Formula One-inspired handling, making it one of the best handling cars of its era. Its wedge-shaped design, pop-up headlights, and exotic appeal made it a true head-turner. Legacy the Esprit became a cult classic, known for its appearances in movies like Pretty Woman and James Bond, The Spy Who Loved Me. Today, the Turbo SE is a rare and sought-after collector's car, representing Lotus at its absolute best. Up next at 2, we have a German sports car that pushed turbocharged performance to new heights. 2. BMW M3 E30. Sport Evolution, 1990, 180 words. At 2, we have a precision-engineered track weapon, the 1990 BMW M3 Sport Evolution E30. As the final and most extreme version of the legendary E30 M3, this car was built for racing first, driving second. Performance and specs under the hood, the Sport Evolution featured a 2.5-liter, naturally aspirated inline-4, producing 238 horsepower, a bump from the standard E30M3. Paired with a 5-speed manual, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds. But it wasn't just about speed, it was about handling. What made it special? BMW only built 600 units, making it one of the rarest M3s ever. It had adjustable front splitters and rear wings, a stripped-down interior, and lightweight body panels for maximum performance. Simply put, this was a race car for the streets. Legacy. The E30 M3 is one of the most celebrated driver's cars ever built, and the Sport Evolution remains its ultimate version. Today, it's a holy grail for BMW collectors, with prices soaring past six figures. Up next, at 1, we have the greatest sports car of 1990. 1. Ferrari F40, 1990. 180 words. At number 1, we have the greatest sports car of 1990, the Ferrari F40. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement. Built to celebrate Ferrari's 40th anniversary, the F40 was the last car personally signed off by Enzo Ferrari, making it a true legend. Performance and specs. The F40 was powered by a 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8, producing 471 horsepower and 426 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its lightweight carbon fiber body, it could rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds, with a top speed of 201 miles per hour, making it the first production car to surpass 200 miles per hour. What made it special? The F40 was a raw, no-compromise supercar. It had no ABS, no traction control, and no fancy electronics. Just a turbocharged V8, a 6-speed manual, and an ultra-light chassis. It was designed for pure driving pleasure. Legacy. The F40 is widely regarded as one of the greatest Ferraris ever made. Today, it's one of the most valuable collector's cars, with prices exceeding $3 million. And that wraps up our list of the 10 best sports cars from 1990.